Okay. All right. I'm on Facebook. Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all? Listen, it's summer. We don't have time for fluff. My job is to keep you focused on what? What you need to be successful. What is success as a realtor right now? And it's always been. What is it? Clients, closings. Do you know the quickest path to clients and closings in cash? Conversation, connection. That's not what I'm talking about today. Well, it kind of is actually. But I'm going to get started. I'm going to share with you today 2 simple things that will set you up for success right now in the midst of the NAR buyer agency changes. Okay. All right. I have never had so many questions, so many like panic, people reaching out to me in DMs, people, message me in Facebook, DMs on Instagram, sending me emails, going back to old emails that I sent. And they're like, hey, you usually have the simple, like kind of sanity approach. Can you please help me? And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to come here 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to give it to you straight. And then if you need further clarification, just reach out. Okay. Now, in some markets, they're already in place. And in others, they're going to take effect soon. And this is what I want you to know. I'm going to share with you 5 truths and then 2 simple things that you will do. That's it. So it's going to be really easy. Because I don't like when things are complicated, right? Simple sells, complexity kills. Please write that down. Simple sells, complexity kills. So what the messages are that I've been getting is that, hey, my broker keeps having meetings and then we ask specific questions, scenario questions, and they do not answer the question. They say, we're still working on that. Okay. So I'm going to empower you today. So I hope that you're good with that. So I coached on this to my clients in Monday's Power Hour, which is our weekly coaching. And I encourage you to come back, whether you're watching me on Facebook or on Instagram, come back to fortify yourself, because I'm about to fortify you to put a pause on your doubt and disbelief. Okay. So the number one truth is that you can start over anytime. And I hope that that's empowering for you, because it's true. I don't care how much you have in right now in closings. You can still hit your goal no matter what. In GCI, in volume, whatever it is, I want you to know that you can start over anytime. And I also want you to know that these changes that are coming in, they actually will help you. They will increase your opportunity. And I'm going to explain why. So truth number 1 was that you can start over anytime. Okay. Truth number 2 is that you can hit your goal, whatever you set out for your 2024 goal, you can hit it even right now, no matter what you have in. Okay. Truth number 3, you are a leader. Okay. If you don't feel like a leader, that's going to be a problem. Okay. Because leaders lead, followers follow. Followers are the ones who are going to go to their broker. Hey, what should I do? I have a lot of questions, right? Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to empower you with 2 quick things that you can do that, yes, you could go to your broker, but you're a leader. You are licensed. And so you need you to trust yourself, because you right now, as a licensed realtor, are an instant leader in real estate. You have the opportunity to help so many people, and you need to believe that. You need to believe that. And that is why I coach you to be the fantastic few, not the mediocre many. Okay. So do you believe that? Because followers have 0 impact. They make 0 impact, but leaders make all the impact, exponential impact. Leaders are brave. Leaders are courageous. I'm going back and forth. Leaders are action takers, and leaders trust themselves. So my question to you is, in this matter, and in all matters of your business. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself to remain committed, or do you allow external circumstances to say, oh, can't do it? And let me just explain what I mean by that. Just move this. So my husband and I started walking, and every morning he gets up before me and he says, honey, do you feel like walking today? And 100% of the time I say, no, I do not. Right? But I said, but we're going to do it and then he walks away like, we're not going to do it. And I'm like, wait, but we're going to do it. I'm getting up at 5:30, 5:15. Okay. Why? Why is that important? Because we must trust ourselves if we're going to be in the fantastic few. And we cannot allow external circumstances to negatively impact our business. So this, like, all brokers are running scared and like in a fear-based way, mandating you guys go to meetings and things of that sort. That's what you're telling me anyway. And what I want you to know is that you can trust yourself. And as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, it's imperative that you trust yourself, because you need to know that everything's okay. I've been in this industry 22 years. If you remember when TRID came out, right? I don't know what year it was. If you remember, if you were in the business in 07, 08, when over 50% of the realtors got out of the business, you know what I'm talking about. The sky's falling. This will be it. No, was it? Absolutely not. It was fantastic. Okay. So as I share with you these 2 simple steps that I encourage you to do this week, okay? As soon as you get off this call, okay, I want you to have your pen and paper out. So another truth that I kind of alluded to is that buyer agency is not going away. It's not going away. Your opportunity is not shrinking. It is growing. Okay. As the pie gets smaller, right? As people say, I'm not going to renew my license. Okay. People leave the business or they step back a little bit to kind of see where things are going because of their self-doubt. You doubling down, you keep following me, you taking into action these 2 things I'm going to recommend that you do will serve you in an exponential way. Because when the crowd goes one way, you're going to go another way. The way my coaches say it is, if they zig, you zag. Okay. So number 1, you ready? Each state has their own new buyer agency agreement. Okay. Yes. Read through it without distractions. Throw your phone away. Have a highlighter and go through and be like, oh, what does this mean? And anything that you need clarified, you call the hotline. You call your state hotline. I mean, you can talk to your broker too. But who better than lawyers who are going to answer the phone, right? Or however your state facilitates their legal hotline, okay? That is so empowering to read the document. Read it for yourself, okay? That's how you be the leader. Now, another reason that you want to read the document is because your job is to make things simpler. Okay. Simple sells, complexity kills. Okay. So as you are discussing within your buyer consult, which is amazing, it's coming up, the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is, it's a great thing that comes as a result of these changes, is that the person who makes, the agent who makes the prospective buyer in front of them feel so comfortable that it is simple is going to win. Why? Because the world is loud. It's loud. There's a lot of noise. Most people are overwhelmed. And so the person who can calm it down, let them feel comfortable and confident, okay, that they're in the right hands, is going to win. Okay. And you want to win, right? Okay, that's your job to make things simple. Okay. The buyers, okay, do not have their license. They do not need to know the intricacies. They need leaders who are going to explain it to them in layman's terms. Okay. And the second reason to study the document, the new buyer agency form, and all the documents, whatever is new in your market, is because you need to set expectations in an initial buyer consult. It's imperative now. And that's great. Do you know why? Again, it establishes you as a leader. Leaders set expectations. Hey, this is how it works right now. This is how it works right now to buy a home in this market. This is how it works. So I do want to encourage you that as a leader, we look for amazingness out of even seemingly poopy stuff, right? So the silver lining is, yes, now we're on a level playing field because no one is authorized to show a home without this document signed. Okay. And because of that, we are going to be having initial buyer consults if you're among the fantastic few. Do you see that? So my clients already have a beautiful framework for their buyer consults. Okay. And if you are interested, just send me a message, send me a DM, wherever you are, comment, and I'll get back with you. Okay. So there is great news out of this chaotic time. So I want you to reframe the scuttlebutt, the time wasted in talking about how crappy this is, right? Because you just say, okay, I'm going to have a decided client experience, okay, which is what I coach my clients on, and I'm going to name it a fun name that I love, and that is my signature methodology that gets my buyers and sellers to closing so they can receive their keys or proceeds, right? And it all starts with that beautiful consult, face-to-face conversation where you are positioning as creme de la creme, as the leader, right? So in an example, so I don't know, 30 years ago, 31 years ago, I got divorced. Okay. What happens when you want to get divorced? Somebody has to file. Okay. So you go and have a consult with an attorney. And the attorney will tell you, this is how it works. That's what I'm encouraging you. You, with all the buyers, you say, whoever you're working with, a prospect, you say, fantastic, would love to show you that house. This is how it works. We have an initial meeting face to face. We can do that on Zoom. We can meet in my office. We can meet at Panera, right? You are exactly, decidedly like the attorney from now on. So that's great news. Okay. So number one, read that document. And that's A, and B, decide what your client experience is and how you're going to set the expectation initially in the buyer consult. Got it? Yeah. Okay. Secondly, and finally, being proactive is essential. This is what you need to do. In addition to reading that document and deciding on your client experience, is that you want to go talk to your lender now, today, face to face, eye to eye, shoulder to shoulder, okay? Because you want to see exactly how he or she is going to handle those instances when a buyer says, I don't have money to make up the difference if a house that I want isn't offering buyer agency compensation, or they don't want to part with the money. You need to know how your lender is going to handle that. Okay. You need to know that. Okay. So does that make sense? Because imagine, and I know that my go-to lender is, has a solution. And it's super, super simple. And it's like, yes, this is not something that I need to be concerned about. This is not something that is bad news. It's just different. Excuse me, it's just different. Nobody likes change. Like, I love the show Friends, and when Ross cheats on Jennifer Aniston, Rachel, and then she said, was she good? She was different. Nobody likes change. It's just funny, not cheating, but the way he said, nobody likes change. But it's true. Nobody likes change. Cool. So what I'm offering you is a way to get ahead of it, to be proactive. Okay. So two things. You study the broker agency agreement, the new one. You talk face to face with your lender so that you know definitively what are the options. Okay. So you should have a mortgage broker go to. You should have a banker go to. Why? Because those buyers who are doctors, lawyers, pharmacists, who come out of school with 100,000 in debt, and they wouldn't get qualified through a mortgage broker because of their debt to income ratio, you will be able to help them buy a house with a banker because they don't sell the loans. But anyway, and the third lender that you want to speak to are lenders who will help you have buyers who have less than stellar credit to buy a home. So there's a little bonus for you. All right. Two more important things, then we're done. Okay. I want to encourage you to go to my podcast. And it's on Apple, it's on Spotify, it's everywhere. It's called Make Great Money as a Real Estate Agent. I have some great conversations. My most recent one of the most recent ones was I am entering into a boutique brokerage interview. And I have Molly Chance on there. I have some Julie Stevenson coming up. And I have some great conversations and extremely meaty, valuable information that will help get you in the right mindset because we need to reframe. Those who are in the fantastic few, top realtors, reframe anything negative to work in their advantage. And that's why I wanted to come to you today. Okay. So I want to encourage you to that. Now I'm changing the name to the Listing Queens because I really focus on helping women realtors become listing queens and live the listing queen lifestyle, which is to make great money, serving great clients who respect you, ding, 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 right, while living a great life. So check that out. Now, I want to give you a second bonus and then we're done. I want to encourage you to get into the MLS every workday and look at the facts. And here's why. One of my clients on Monday, 2 days ago, she said she came to the coaching call and she goes, I'm feeling kind of down. I'm like, really? Why? What's going on? She goes, my broker told us that the business is down 30% year over year. I'm like, okay. Does that mean the number of listings is down 30% or the number of closings or volume or GCI? Like, what is down 30%? And she didn't know. I said, please ask your broker. In the meantime, I asked her to share her screen and bring up her MLS. And I asked her when she came out, I said, hit sold. And we looked at the data in her 2 counties. Maybe it was 4 zip codes, but either 2 counties or 4 zip codes that she really wanted to work in, okay? As her primary arena, has her area of expertise. And I said, I want to look at the number of closings in the last 60 days, this year and last year, and then we looked 5 years ago, okay? And what we found was that in her particular arena, in her chosen market, business was actually up slightly year over year. And when she circled back with me, she said the broker was talking about her office's numbers collectively. And it had absolutely nothing to do with my client's business. So it is empowering. I want to encourage you to stop listening to the scuttlebutt, right? You look in the MLS every freaking workday. You look at the solds, the closed, the new pending, the new actives, the new coming soons if they're allowed in your market. And that is going to empower you to the exponential degree. Okay. Now, as I close, I'm going to give you some verbiage that you can feel super, super, super tuned in and really good about as you are explaining this, like these changes, right? You first ask questions. And I wish I could go on and have more time with you, but I don't have time. So we have like 2 minutes left. So you say, you ask them, what do you know about, have you heard anything about this, the impending changes or the class action lawsuit, however you want to say it. And then you say, there was a class action suit filed that said that there was price fixing between brokerages. Okay. And that absolutely was not the case here. Because in this market, we have always negotiated compensation, realtor compensation, don't call it commission, realtor compensation between 4 and 7% for houses and sometimes up to 10% for land. But because this was a national class action suit, all states were affected. So it's not much different here, other than the fact that I need to talk about it, which is a great thing. Ladies, I want you to understand that the way that you couch it makes everything different. Because if we're kind of like skirting around it and we don't really want to talk about it, that will cause people to be like, "Ooh, I'm a little scared. Like, what is going on?" Same thing as you are discussing it with sellers. Okay, so I just thought I would share that with you. So I encourage you, whether you're watching me live on Instagram or Facebook, put it in comments, put it in a chat, send me a DM, send me a message. How is this landing with you? Okay, like, has this been helpful? I had a couple of my higher tier clients who were making, I don't know, anywhere from 3 to 1.3 million. Say that their brokerages are offering are mandating meetings. And then when they ask questions, they're like, we really don't know yet. We really don't know yet. So ladies, I respect brokers, but I respect you. I respect you. We have to be able to trust ourselves, to be informed, to reframe any fear and caution for our clients because you are still here. Hey, AI exists, but I'll tell you what, I would rather have a direct dialogue with y'all than go and read something that you can obviously tell is AI generated. Do you agree? So I don't believe that realtors are going anywhere. In fact, I'm excited because now we have an opportunity to really get ahead and be the leader in our market, to be like, oh, I'm hitting this head on. We're having an initial buyer consult. That is my decided client experience that I know will get you the best result. Okay. So I hope this has helped. And come on and meet me over in messages and or in the podcast. All right. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great one. Bye.